nerds out there.
But Thomas Bryant's jockstrap, get him out of here!
How does that not indicate to you, like, hey, sometimes, like, these prospects are awesome?
Donald, get back. They snatched that chain, boy. Get back. What's all going to do about it? Popeye snatched that chain. Get back. We want that snack wrap. They got 3 flavors. Y'all got 1. Get back.
Hey everybody, welcome into the Big Factor here on the Big Play Sports Network, presented by FanDuel. Ryan Tyler, Batman, Nick Padone, and Batman here live at the Big Play Studios at Berkeley Lakefront Airport. Today is Friday, October 31st, which means it is Halloween. Fellas, happy Halloween. I'm happy to be here with y'all.
Happy Halloween, Ryan.
Rob, do you have anything to say?
I am vengeance.
Nick, I think you got the holiday wrong.
Huh? No, I just hit 161 in the regular season this year.
Worship her.
Welcome into the show,
We
everybody.
have to be better.
We have a ton to talk about. Myles
That's
Garrett.
not my focus.
Eagles potentially sending
Mary
that godfather trade over to the Cleveland Browns in exchange for defensive end Myles Garrett. We're going to go look at the biggest storylines from Week 9 of the NFL. Ravens shellac the Dolphins. Could Jonathan Taylor win MVP? I'll ask these guys. College football Week 10 pick'em. Couple good games on the slate this week. An update on the Tyler Skaggs trial from our guy Jack. We'll draft some Halloween candy, get our FanDuel parlay of the day, and head out of here. All right, guys, it starts with Myles Garrett. You have to go back to February when Myles Garrett initially requested a trade out of Cleveland. The goal was never to go from Cleveland to Canton. The Radio Row, the whole debacle. Well, you fast forward to today. The Browns are 2-6. Of course, naturally, trade rumors come up when your star player is visibly frustrated and he's part of a bad team. We know back in February when he initially requested the trade, Eagles general manager Howie Roseman wanted Myles Garrett. Well, Charles Robinson from Yahoo Sports went on. I don't have the exact show he went on, so I apologize.
It was in
about
Nashville radio.
Okay. But basically, he said, quote, "There's a rumor going around, and I have not heard it out of the Eagles, but I've heard it from a couple of other super high-ranking people and other teams that are clearly on the phones that Howie Roseman and the Eagles are super hot after Myles Garrett, that Howie would give up like 3 first-round picks for him." Fellas, we'll start here. Would you make the trade? I think I would.
How do we do this? How do we survive and do this? We already guaranteed him so much money, so that dead cap's going to hit regardless. You can't trade it. So we're just going to be in even worse of a scenario than we were before. We're going to have 2 players that won't play for us that are making the most money on our team. I want to do it, but we're going to spend all the resources just trying to replace them anyway. I feel like we just missed the mark and we're just a couple months too late, as the Browns usually are, to reaching this point.
Nick, you making the trade?
I don't know that I am either, to be honest with you. And mine doesn't really have anything to do with the cap, because I think that's why you pay these Harvard guys, is like you figure out the cap. I don't think I do it because, like, when they put pen to paper with Myles Garrett, they want to compete. Like, they want to compete over the next 4 or 5 years that they penned him to this. Like, I maintain that this doesn't have to be some sort of, like, knockout, drag out, rebuild that takes 10 years. Like, let's just draft an offensive lineman. Let's draft a quarterback. Let's find a receiver somewhere. Let's fix this offense. And because you have Myles Garrett, you're a fringe playoff contender if you hit on those 3 things. So, like, this is not as hard as what everybody's trying to make it out to be. I don't think it's as hard as what the Browns are trying to make it out to be. Like, I have Myles Garrett. I don't need 3 first-round picks.
Yeah, I think I remember, like, as a kid when Joe Thomas was here and we were super duper bad. Like, it seemed like every single week on sports talk radio they would debate is it time to trade Joe Thomas? Like, is Joe Thomas going to be here when you're truly ready to peak? Because of what Nick said, though, it is a different situation with Myles. Like, he is younger. There is some talent on the actual roster. Like, Joe Thomas, by the time people were talking about trading him, there was a bunch of nobodies around him. You know, a bunch of guys that just stunk. Like, it's a different scenario. Like, if you can find a way to go out and hit on a couple of your early picks or make one nice trade in the offseason, like, you can be back to being like a 8-9 win football team with Myles on the roster.
This isn't an idea that you can immediately dismiss. I want to start there. Like, this isn't some crazy far-fetched thing to put out in the ethos. Like, yeah, Myles Garrett is the best player the Browns have had since, Jim Brown, according to a lot of people. Obviously, I haven't seen them play football. But the point remains the same. But it's 3 first-round picks. And what are people going to say? Well, they'd be late first-round picks. Of course they would, because you're going to the reigning Super Bowl champion and one of the favorites to win it again. I do get that. But this is kind of your chance to recoup what you lost for Deshaun Watson in a way. 3 first-round picks you traded away for Deshaun Watson. You're getting him back. Now, again, is Andrew Berry going to use those picks, and are they going to hit? I don't know. Is he going to trade them again to get something else? I don't know. But when you look at like the Commanders, because that's kind of the one comp, they trade away Montez Sweat at the trade deadline. Then what? They drafted Jaden Daniels and were immediately playoff contenders. Damn, they almost went to the Super Bowl. But look at around that scenario. They got a new ownership. They got a new general manager and a new coach. We're certainly not getting new ownership.
Couldn't be
here,
that lucky.
So let's cut that. That's not happening. We're probably going to keep the general manager, and if anything, maybe at the very least, just a new coach. If I'm reading things correctly, I don't think that the Browns are in any position where I'm going to rest my laurels on them figuring that out and being able to, in that stand, keep Myles Garrett. Like, I think 3 first-rounders is something that you can't immediately dismiss and act like is crazy, regardless of if they're the 31st picks in the draft. Like, a good GM is still hitting more often than not in the first round. This roster is maybe the most void of first-round talent in the entire NFL.
Well, Ryan, I am with you in the sense that this is living proof as to why, if you're Andrew Berry, like, it's foolish to just say, like, there's no chance of this happening. There's a better chance of winning the lottery than this happening. So, like, because if 3 first-round picks come knocking, or if you've completely shut off the phone lines, what if 4 first-round picks come through?
Like,
so, like, you can't completely ignore any of this, especially because we're talking about, like, after the performance that he just put on display, and I know people, like, it got overshadowed because he threw his helmet and because he was sitting on the end of the bench by himself, but that truly was a historic performance. So, like, you're talking about a guy that is seriously at the top of his game, the number 1 guy in the league at this position that is so pivotal. Like, you build a team with a good offensive line, a good defensive line, a good quarterback. Like, that's what you need. And he can automatically flip somebody's defensive line, just one player. So I think this report's out there for a reason, by the way, too. And, like, so was the Schefter report that there's no chance, and then Mary Kay puts out the same thing that there's no chance. Like, usually when you put stuff like that out there, like, it's not that there's no chance, it's that there's a chance, and that's the offers just haven't been what you're looking for. So there's always a chance, and, like, the no trade clause definitely clouds things, because what if he just says, I don't want to go to Philly, I grew up a Cowboys fan, I'm not going to play the Cowboys twice a year, like, I'm not going there, and then
he'd be the dumbest. Can you imagine?
And then the whole thing is shot. But I think he wants to win. I do sincerely believe that, and I think Philly's a place where he could do so. The one thing I get tripped up about the 3 first-round picks, though, is you go into any given draft with like a set 18 to 24, 25 guys that you have first-round grades on. So if you're consistently going to be drafting like 28, 29, 30, 31, or 32, there's a chance that you might not even get a guy that you had a first-round grade on in the first round. Now, the Browns are so bad that might not matter. Like, you might just need the 5th-year option on whoever, even if it is a second-round graded guy, you just get that first-round pick and use it on them because you get that extra 5th-year option to develop and see what you have in that player. But I don't know that they'll be as moved with 3 first-round picks if it's from a team like Philly, where the first-round picks don't mean as much.
But I also think, like, look at Schlesinger and Judkins right after 32, though. Like, you can draft talent right in that area. Like, we've done it before with Newsome and JOK were both around that same slot. It's doable.
Look at the window in which we're talking about operating. This isn't something that's going to be fixed in 1 year. Even if you go next year, you manage to somehow hit on a quarterback. God knows that's probably not going to happen. Let's say you get a receiver like
you win maybe
you're
7 games.
And you're still looking at a couple years away. And first of all, in that whole time span, one, are we getting a new coach? Because there's going to be bumps if we get a new coach. Are we going to get a new GM? All of this stuff you have to take into account. Like, the Browns, I don't see a scenario where we can operate and assume that with keeping Myles Garrett, we're going to be good in the next couple years.
I don't think that's something to assume either. And you don't have to use every single draft pick. Like, they might be able to use some of those first to turn them into a player you might need or might have not have been able to get to because of whatever your record may be. But the talent, no matter what, if it's a first-round talent, the more top 100 picks you have in the NFL draft is how you're going to rebuild this team, especially with next year. The more you think about it, the team's probably going to be really bad next year as well because we're going to lose so many people to free agency that we're not going to have the money to re-sign or really do stuff. So we're going to be bargain bin shopping again. You're going to need those people on the rookie deals where you could get it and get it set in and start building a foundation to rebuild the team again.
I guess my whole point is just for the people that want to completely brush off the idea of trading Myles Garrett, I think is wrong. this team is so deficient in so many areas. You have to consider it. And the reason is Myles Garrett, as good as he is, he's not a quarterback.
So I guess my apprehension comes then. I don't trust the people that are currently in the position to make those draft picks
They will be
to
gone,
handle a situation
Trade Myles
like
and fire.
They will
like
all
the
be
thing
gone.
is a Myles trade. Like if Myles gets traded by November 4th, like in the next 5 days, which I still really don't think is going to happen. If it happens, the owner made that trade.
And if you're Jimmy,
right?
If you're Jimmy,
That would
wouldn't
be
it
the
make more
first
sense
good
to trade
decision
Myles?
he's ever
Because
made.
You
then
want to
you're-
operate, and we need to be
But
good in 3-4
be
years
the
when we
first
go
good
selling those
decision he's ever made.
$100,000 PSLs.
Ryan, you know what else
Let
that
me
does?
start piling up my draft picks now. Let me start looking at 17, 18-year-olds right
this,
now.
It makes this more of an enticing job for somebody to take.
It
Like when
does.
you look at when you look at the potential of firing Kevin and firing Andrew, you also have to understand Deshaun is still on the books for 2026. So whatever GM signs up to come here, they kind of are operating under the belief that this is going to take a second just to clean your hands of the last regime's mess. Literally, mathematically speaking, just to get that guy off your books, a new GM is already going to be about a year behind the 8 ball. So anybody worth their salt is going to be a little bit hesitant about taking this job. And ultimately, at the end of the day, there's only 32 NFL general manager jobs. So if you get offered one, you probably take it. But it does sweeten the pot for somebody hey, I got 3 first-round picks this year. Think about that, because you got the Jacksonville pick. Then you had to have Philly's pick. I got 3 first-round picks to get the quarterback.
We need 3 big positions filled.
To play devil's advocate, though, the other side of it, I think, because
It's a healthy conversation we're having right
yeah,
now.
no, I agree with you guys, first of all, though. But, Nick, we put a clip out on Big Play Cleveland, I think it was yesterday, where you talked about, the entertainment level. At the end of the day, sports is supposed to be fun and entertaining. And, at the end of the day, Jimmy Haslam's job, or where his head is at, is putting asses in seats and selling those 100,000, the expensive PSLs and all this stuff, if you trade Myles, you have nothing to work with right now. There's no incentive for people to go to games.
Do they care,
Quinshawn
though?
Judkins can't get
That's
people
what I
into a
wonder.
dome.
I don't know.
There's
I don't know that they
incentive
care.
Next year, if you trade him for the extra first, you come in with a new quarterback, receiver, and a lineman, and then you spend the rest of your picks on other people in it. You're not pulling up to the stadium to see Myles Garrett. I'm gonna be honest, guys. It's cool when he gets sacks, but you pull up to the stadium to see touchdowns. And it's that simple. Strategically, you need to have a serious talk with yourselves as an organization. Let's be real. Myles Garrett's 30 years old. He's not a real human. He's an alien. He's going to stay in his prime for probably 2, 3, 4 years more max, tops, if he's
This is what I'm
lucky.
saying.
No injuries.
then-
Are you going to be a competitive football team in those years, or do you need to trade that for possibly 3 extra players that you could use to rebuild the team?
And this isn't a scenario like it is with Micah Parsons. He's through his rookie contract, he's in his prime. We're not even going to sign him. No, you got Myles Garrett a second contract. You got him a third. Myles Garrett has been on this team for damn near a decade. We're not just talking about we gave up his prime. We just didn't think we could win. There's been a long enough window to look at it legitimately and say we've had proof this isn't working. It sucks that we did in essence waste it. Let's at least get something out of that rather than having him waste away his career here.
Well, to me, then it's got to be an ownership call. If that's really what this boils down to, because the general manager that you have in place right now, the last time he made a trade surrounding 3 first-round picks, it was the worst ever. And you helped Houston turn their entire thing around because they lost said player. And now because you made that move, the Deshaun Watson trade is why we're even entertaining this discussion. Myles Garrett is one of the top 5 players, regardless of position, in the entire National Football League. And we're talking about trading this guy for 3 first-round picks because of the nightmare decision that it literally sickens me. Because when you think about 1999 through when they drafted Myles in 2017, we were all dying for a Myles Garrett type player, an absolute game wrecker on the defensive side of the ball. You had Joe Hayden and guys that could make plays, but
Paul Kruger.
Yeah, we begged
don't go
for
to the ballpark to see Paul
begged for
Kruger.
this, and then we made one bad mistake, and it was a horrible mistake. It was the worst mistake ever, and now we're just gonna let the guy walk because that one mistake set the franchise back, so far. It sickens me that it's even really a topic of conversation. It shows how bad Andrew Berry really is.
Sicken you, man. We got to turn the page. They effed up, bro. We got to turn the page, and we're not letting him walk. We need to get something for him while there's still value. It's really just what it is. It's a business. You got to get something back. truthfully, at the end of the day, the net for Myles Garrett will be whatever we took him with a first overall pick, and you get 3 first-round picks back. Maybe 4. Who knows? Maybe you con a team. Maybe Jerry starts buying.
Oh, you know Jerry wants to skip
Again,
something.
as good as
Cowboys hype,
Do you remember
and
Myles
you're
Garrett's
like,
pre-draft
throw
video when
me-
he
throw
begged
me
Jerry to
three-
trade
throw
up
me
for
2
him?
or 3 picks in a wide
Couple
receiver.
things. As
or
good as
something.
Myles Garrett is, and he's literally phenomenal, going to be in a Hall of Fame, the best athlete, best player we've seen here in Cleveland in my lifetime ever, obviously outside of LeBron James. But the point is, you have an opportunity, and the fact is he's not a quarterback. I can name 5 quarterbacks right now you'd start a franchise with over Myles Garrett just because of their position.
That's fair.
You can't
Right?
scoff at
Yeah,
3
that's
first-round
fair.
picks.
You
man.
can't.
Like, that's
and the
a
fact
lot.
is, the Browns should be
not
lucky. The
scoffing.
Browns
They're
should be
late,
lucky. The
though.
fact that they have the ability to have a guy on their roster that nets that return, because this is your one chance, and it's not going to make up for the Deshaun Watson trade. It's not going
It
to
might.
bring you the. It could, probably more than likely not. But the fact is, you have an opportunity. Like, how many times do a franchise have an opportunity that they have a player that they could flip, who's almost 30, for 3 first-round picks?
You're talking to, we always
scenario
talk
is
about
so rare.
Washington.
That scenario is so
now
rare.
you hit on a quarterback and you get some young talent.
Is
Now
the
you're
player that they
flexing.
Gotta
Jimmy
hit on
has
quarterback,
on the
too. We don't
team
say that
Are
anytime
very
there
well.
3 players?
And we got J-Dubs the third popping up to own the team. Even worse.
Are the 3 players that they're going to draft, though, ultimately going to turn into Myles Garrett or better than Myles Garrett,
Right.
even combined?
If you take 3 players.
How about this? If they don't, then fire whoever the fuck handed in that card.
No, it's not. It's really not that crazy. If you
It's
get
not.
3
It's
guys,
3 first-round talents.
3 guys that play on your team for 4 years each, at a minimum, will be more than you'll get from Myles Garrett
what
in the
I'm
next
saying.
4 seasons.
Like, I love
At a
Myles
minimum,
Garrett,
if they're all just starters,
but he's not
that's
a
3 starters.
He's not a quarterback, and the Glaze can only go so far for a defensive end, as good as he is. Like,
He's in his
it's the
30s,
reality
man.
of it.
We wasted it, but you got to cash in now while you can.
All right, we
Or
are.
do we think that, real quick, do
good
we
talk.
think that this is something that actually, like, happens?
I hope
though?
so. I hope so.
Because I do think
I'm not gonna
I
say,
do
I'm
wanna
not going to sit here and cry if
I
Myles
was
Garrett
already
Right, I
goes
want to
Cleveland.
say, I think the fact that this is out there, I think means something. Like, I don't think this is
Yeah.
out there by just complete, like, happen chance. Charles Robinson, I know this was coined yesterday. Like, this was some rumor floating around. Like, Charles Robinson actually breaks news. Like, I wouldn't really call that a rumor. I would say that was more so reporting from Charles Robinson. So I do think it's, like, noteworthy, and it warrants us leading the show with it today that, like, it was Charles Robinson that kind of put his name on that this was a white whale for Howie Roseman. And I don't think that's something that could just be, like, completely ignored or discounted.
I would
When you
be
get
excited.
that Saturday, like Miles is doubtful, or no, we have a bye week. Never mind. So you don't even need to do it. I was gonna say if you gave Sunday, you're gonna get like the
Well,
doubtful, then
if
you'll know.
it were to happen, wouldn't you think it would happen today? Like, it's
I was
Halloween.
gonna say, that's what
it's
I was gonna say, though, today or
Halloween,
tomorrow,
It's
yeah.
Friday.
Yeah.
You just news dump it.
Oh yeah, that's such a Browns thing to do too. The Friday at 5. Yeah.
Honestly, and if that happens,
How could
Everyone's
you
gonna
not
be at 90,
excited?
like, hey!
there's gonna
not
be
be
people that are
excited?
crying. There's gonna
heard
be
that on the Big
people
Factory.
calling. There's gonna be people calling for Jimmy Haslam's head as
For
if,
DiCaprio.
this is trading Jose Ramirez. Like, no, the reality is the football team is so bad and so deficient in so many areas. You're not gonna be competitive. So yeah, I'd like to see Myles Garrett spend the rest of his career here. But the reality is, if that happens, and consequently my football team probably won't get better in the future. And I'm willing to get worse to get better at the end of the day. Is
How
my
much
whole point.
worse can it get, man?
Right, exactly. So
Suck with them already.
it is what it is. All right, guys, we are so far behind, but who cares? Because that was a good discussion, honestly. I got to tell everybody about Fairway Ford. Fairway Ford is the biggest Ford truck dealership in the entire state of Ohio. They have the largest selection of Ford F-150s and Super Duty trucks, and no, they won't be beat on price by any other Ford dealer. So don't let a short drive to Canfield prevent you from saving thousands of dollars on your new truck. Fairway Ford, the largest inventory of new Ford trucks, lowest pricing, and same hometown level service. Scan the QR code now or go give the website a visit, fairwayfordohio.com. That is fairwayfordohio.com. All right, guys, Thursday night football last night. Not a good game. It was kind of boring to watch. Ravens improved to 3-5. They beat the Dolphins 28-6. Dolphins dropped to 2-7. Lamar 18 for 23, 204 yards, 4 touchdowns. Derrick Henry 19 carries, 119 yards, 6.3 yards per carry. Are the Ravens going to win the AFC North?
Probably. Look it.
Yeah.
Simple.
I mean, it looks that way. Like, the Steelers, and we all kind of knew that, like, the Steelers, I think they're still going to be a good team. They'll probably win 8 games, like
might
they
be a
always, 8 or
wild card
9.
team.
Yeah, we'll be a wild card team. That's an easy first round out. Like, that was kind of my expectation for them going into the year. Cincy, we'll see. I know Joe Flacco's, like, beat up now, which that's not good because the alternative we've seen in Jake Browning, and you're still at least a full month away from Joe Burrow being back. So yeah, this is completely completely set up for Baltimore to run the table. Lamar looked incredible last night. You had Kyle Hamilton back as well, and he was just all over the field making tackles. Like I get that the Dolphins are quite literally the laughingstock of the league right now, but Baltimore looked like if that was the first game that you had watched all year, you would have been like, how does Baltimore only have one win?
Well, it's because they had one of the tougher schedules. They played the Bills, Lions, and Chiefs.
And you look
Rams.
at it, and you look at it now.
They got the Vikings, they got us, the Jets, the Bengals, the Steelers, the Bengals again, Patriots, Steelers. There are only 2 tough games left of the Packers and Patriots. Like they're gonna run off. They're gonna go on a nice run.
I also think I get a decent look from our socials of what everyone's saying in our AFC North towns across the Big Play Sports Network. Enter the Jungle, our Bengals show. Like they're putting screwdrivers in their ears and turning them. They are just out on that defense. They have nothing left to say. Like they're putting their season in the turkey more than we are here in Cleveland. Like that's how they're feeling about that defense right now. And then even Charlie and Trey are starting to get a little bit negative, I think, on snap count about the Steelers more so about that play calling with Arthur Smith, man. I don't know.
Yeah, but whatever to that, because it's all about perspective. Like they lost one
is.
game and came in all curmudgeon-y.
It
Like
is.
welcome to my fucking world.
It is. Yeah, like give me a crime.
Do you guys think the Steelers get a receiver at the deadline though?
I don't think it'll be anybody of like.
I mean,
if they
big
do,
enough
it
to,
won't
like,
be anybody.
okay.
Had a
worth.
receiver, could have just kept them.
That is a good point.
True. All right. Are the Dolphins? I guess I was thinking of how to put this. Are the Dolphins worse than the Browns?
No.
Yeah.
I
They
fear
are.
no.
I think they are too.
Tua's completely shut. I'd rather be in
Tua sucks.
as much you guys know, and like this is gonna shock some
It's
people. As much as I hate this Deshaun situation that we're living through, at least we're almost through
Yeah,
it.
and at least
Yeah.
there's all certainty Deshaun Watson is out of Cleveland after a couple.
I'm
like,
just
this,
so down on
this shit.
us.
But
Like
Tua, like
Tua's horrible.
Tua's
Yeah,
Tua's
he's
poop.
just-
Tua's
I-
poop.
And he was once good, and he was once
Mike's
good.
got to be done here soon,
Like he
too,
was,
right?
that
That's
contract
what I'm
was
saying,
warranted.
But they make a switch at quarterback, and then I feel like that team could be back.
No,
like, right
their
away.
offensive line is
Who,
trash.
Quinn Ewers?
They're
They're looking at they're gonna
next year.
They're
Oh.
gonna shop. They're gonna shop Chubb or Chop.
yeah,
like,
Tyreek's gone, so you're left with
Yeah,
Jalen Waddle.
they're in ruin. I
They're
don't
in
know.
ruin.
I just feel like for some reason I feel like there's a world where it wasn't raining and windy and we threw the ball 80 times versus the Dolphins and
They
lost
won?
that game. But yeah,
probably right.
it's really we're shit and poop. Compare it, bro. It's you know,
It is shit and poop.
it's whatever, man.
No, I will stand 10 toes. They're worse than us.
Okay, I do think that I would tend to agree. All right, last storyline of NFL Week 9. Jonathan Taylor. Well, it's really the Colts. Daniel Jones is playing tremendous. They're the best team in the NFL, at least record-wise. Say what you will. I think they've at least they should have kind of curved that discussion of are they real or not. You're 7-1. Your offense is one of the best in the country. Country, it's not college. In the country. In the entire league. And by the way, you have Jonathan Taylor doing things that are quite literally historic. Jonathan Taylor. He scored an 80-yard touchdown run against their 24-7 victory against the Tennessee Titans last week. That scored Taylor matched Hall of Fame running back Earl Campbell for the 4th most rushing touchdowns in history for a player in his first 75 games. This season, Jonathan Taylor first in yards, second in yards per carry. James Cook actually is first in that. First in touchdowns with 12. The second has 9. He's second in yards per game. James Cook in 0 fumbles. Jonathan Taylor should win MVP. We know he might not because he's not a quarterback right now on FanDuel Sportsbook. He has the 6th best odds at plus 1,400 behind Jordan Love, Stafford, Drake May, Josh Allen, and Patrick Mahomes. He is the heavy favorite to win.
I was gonna say lock him in for offensive
player of the year. We've seen Christian McCaffrey
So
get that
stupid.
treatment.
Lock him in.
I hate this. Like I understand it, but then change the award.
Yep.
Like
Just make
if
it
Jonathan
the
Taylor doesn't,
quarterback
you're the
award.
most valuable player on the best team in the NFL right now.
Amen.
I
that
have
not-
this,
is there a
I mean,
world
this is,
not-
this
Did
is an
Saquon-
issue across
Saquon
sports.
didn't win it last year.
Right.
Right.
Who'd they give it to? Was it Josh Allen?
Josh Allen won
Yeah.
MVP.
It's
No,
nasty. It's nasty.
Yeah,
It's
and
nasty.
this is an issue across sports. Like
It
when
is.
when LeBron was dragging in the Cavs to 4 straight NBA finals, and like obviously, all right, 2 of those years, Kyrie played a pretty big role, but like you had some phony NBA MVPs in that time. Like how about this? Maybe sports just has to do away with the MVP like altogether.
Or there should just be a
more
best.
Then
There
how
should
are we
be a
gonna have
best
a GOAT
player.
debate?
There should be like a best player and a most valuable or something like that.
Or you
Because
just
that
wanna
was
see
in
straight
baseball, like Aaron
all-NBA
Judge
and
2 years
all-pro
ago
list.
had Juan Soto and Giancarlo Stanton on his team. Like they would have gone to the playoffs without him, and he still was MVP.
If
Like,
they did it,
That's
he's
what
not the
drives me
most-
crazy.
He's not
You're
the most valuable.
valuable.
Like Jose, you take him off our team, we win 40 fucking games every single
I mean,
year. You know,
all
like,
stars and Pro Bowls mean absolutely nothing now too. They could just do
Yeah.
the All NBA, All Pro.
He moved Pro Bowl to
what do they
Super
call
Bowl
it
week,
in
you were saying,
MLB?
right?
Is there an
Yeah, they
All
did.
MLB team? What do they?
No, I mean
No.
from MLB.com that you can wipe your ass with the award. But
Nasty
I was gonna say though, how wild would this be? Because this guy is definitely not in the top 10 in MVP odds or anything. If there's a way where, if we talked about it earlier, if the Ravens just rip off a bunch in a row,
I've heard that debate.
do you think could Lamar win MVP?
He's always possible. He's a quarterback
Yeah.
who runs and throws. He could always
If I'm
win the
sitting
award.
here and talking about Jonathan Taylor being the most valuable to a team, and you talk about how much is the word value really meaning to the award.
That's
Right,
a
if
true,
you're-
that's
if
a
you're-
true
If a guy
MVP,
comes
bro.
back
That's a
whose
true
team,
MVP.
whose offense was quite literally anemic, Browns
Yeah.
level, and then you rattle off X amount of wins to go win the division, and he's putting up numbers consistently like he did yesterday, then I'd have to be
But that's usually
But
not
unless Jonathan Taylor continues at this pace, then I'd be
Right.
sorry,
Yeah,
I
like
feel
what
like
if the
that's
Colts win the
how-
AFC?
Yeah,
I feel like
Yeah.
that's how I talk about the NBA MVP is that it never goes to the actual most valuable player because that guy's usually not on the best
Right.
team. But in the NFL, it's literally just quarterbacks only, which you could say is the most valuable.
Pat
player,
Mahomes is a heavy
technically, but
favorite at plus 150, and Pat Mahomes
He's
is
having a year.
he's
though.
having a
He's having
tremendous
year.
he's having his best season in a while.
He's having a year.
Which is a scary thought to think about. Well, speaking of I said last, but this is actually the last storyline of Week 9. Buffalo 5-2. They take on at home Kansas City 5-3. Josh Allen 4-1 against Patrick Mahomes. Not when it matters. We all know what happens when it matters. The Chiefs own Buffalo in the playoffs.
Who's home?
Buffalo? Who needs the win more is my question for this one. Buffalo at 5-2 or Kansas City 5-3. I'll go first. I'm going to say Buffalo.
I'm gonna say-
Kansas City.
yeah.
The wagon that I'm seeing they are with Rashee Rice back with Xavier Worthy healthy. They could drop a game to a good Buffalo team and be like, okay, I'm not worried. I've seen what they've done the last couple of weeks. They don't have many questions. Buffalo, on the other hand, the offense, you have several questions. They need a wide receiver one. If they go ahead and drop this game, I don't feel great about them ever competing against them in the playoffs when it matters. If you're going to lose to them when it really doesn't.
Agreed.
Yeah, I have a ton of friends who are Bills fans, and it's just playoffs, regular season, no matter when the success comes or the heartbreak, they have such a PTSD of playing the Chiefs. It feels like when you're at this point in the season and you're not, not that you're not quite where you want to be, but you're not up to snuff with where you thought you'd be entering the year. I think they kind of thought they'd still roll by the Patriots and just blow through the division again this year. It is such a just how do you stack up game,
And we weren't alive, but is it not exactly, at least from what I hear and read, what the Broncos were to us in the 80s?
Yeah. My dad literally said that
sure.
to me last week. The exact same thing. The
Mahomes is
exact same
Elway.
thing.
Yeah.
Logically, the Chiefs need the win because they're in the tougher division right now, but they do play the Broncos twice and the Chargers, and they're currently third place. So they need the win more against the top AFC opponent. But I would say Buffalo because honestly, if
confidence.
Yeah, for confidence, and then the Patriots aren't slouches and they got an easy schedule left. So you want to try to, if you're fighting for some home field games or to win your division, you need to catch up. So you need all the wins you can get. It'll be a great game. I think both teams will be trying to get a dub. We'll see real football, something we don't usually see in Cleveland every Sunday.
Holy moly, that'll be a nice change. All right, I gotta tell everybody about Garage Beer. Garage Beer comes in just two flavors: classic light lager as well as that classic lime. No frills, no bitterness, no IPAs. It's just beer the way you want beer to taste, and that is beer flavored beer. So scan the QR code now or go give their website a visit. DrinkGarageBeer.com to find local retailers who sell garage beer near you. Again, that is DrinkGarageBeer.com. All right, guys, what do you say we flip over to a little college football? Do some pick'ems. Crazy to think we're already in Week 10. We start here with what we thought was going to be one of the most marquee matchups of the entire season, and it turns into an absolute what should be a snooze fest. Ohio State, number 1 in the country, they take on Penn State. It is in Columbus. Ohio State a minus 19.5 point favorite.
Now I talked to Jack about this, and I've been looking at the Buckeyes. In Penn State, the last couple weeks, they haven't played awful despite the lack of talent. I think the sleeper bet here is to take the Nittany Lions to cover in this game. The sleeper bet.
Dude, there's a lot of
close.
there's a lot of people in Columbus that are saying this is a letdown spot for the Buckeyes.
They got nothing
Buckeye,
to lose, bro.
Buckeye Nation is fearful of this game. I don't know if it's the bye week, but the Buckeye people that I know in Columbus are definitely, for whatever reason, worried about this matchup. I'm not. I think this Ohio State team's a wagon. Julian saying Carnell Tate, Jeremiah Smith, too good, but there are a lot of people that
it's
think
because regardless, they're still a super talented roster.
Right.
No one's other than Aller, nobody's just out. And Grunkenmeyer was still a top recruit in his own right, and you still got all those running backs and everything. You still got all the talent on defense as well. If it's close early, I think it's not going to be a game where they could run away. You're going to know pretty soon if Penn State's got the heart and effort to walk in there and the blackout and compete. And if they do, it's going to be closer than 19.5. I could guarantee that. But if not, you'll see Ohio State probably blow them out of the water early.
I like Ohio State to cover in this game, Rob. I changed my mind a little bit from yesterday, and I think it's because this is It's going to be a loss for Penn State either way, in my opinion. I don't see a world where they win this game, but I think it's a program-defining loss one way or the other. Like, I think if Grunkenmeyer, who's an Ohio kid, comes out, like Rob said, keeps them close a little bit, like they don't totally get blown off the planet, like, okay, we can stabilize. Maybe we found our next quarterback. We'll get our coach in here. Like, we can still be an upper echelon team in the Big Ten. If you go in there and just get skunked in the shoe and it looks bad and the offense looks as stale as it did the last couple of weeks, like, it could get bad. You know, the 5 recruits that didn't choose to leave after James Franklin got fired, they're going to be out the door. And you're just going to be bad. Like, they could be Wisconsin, Iowa, Illinois next year.
Another thing, though, the Buckeyes haven't been big on just, like, completely running the score up unless the team is, like, awful. So a backdoor cover could be like a 24-6 game where they just completely control the clock. And people get on Ryan Day a lot. They were asking, he's saying he wasn't throwing it a lot. Because they start controlling the clock. They want to preserve their guys. If they get up early and Penn State just can't move the ball at all, they could lose 24-6 game, 18 backdoor cover.
We did see yesterday Matt Rule sign the 2-year extension at Nebraska. So it doesn't appear he'll be taking that Penn State job. Kind of felt like a move Nebraska wanted to make.
Yeah.
Kind of show they believe in Matt Rule and wanted to kind of.
If they go Brian Kelly, I'd be the happiest person.
I did see a lot of people say though that
the Kelly
he signed a Baylor. He signed an extension in Baylor and then still dipped for the Panthers anyway. So there were some people saying, not so fast.
I mean, he went there. It makes so much sense. He can bring the quarterback over. If you have an Eller jersey, you can just scrap out the last name. They both wear 15. Like what?
Matt Rule went to Penn State?
Yeah, no, he went to Penn State and he's from College Station.
Oh, I didn't know.
Or not College Station. That Happy Valley. College Station is where Texas A&M is.
Well, I didn't know that. Okay, next game, Vanderbilt, number 9 in the country. They travel to Texas to take on the Arch Manning Lists. Texas Longhorns. Texas a 3.5-point favorite in this one. Texas, if they lose this game, they can kiss the college football playoffs goodbye.
Yeah, this is crazy because Arch Manning was just finally starting to play a little bit better, and then you lose him for this game, and if you lose this game, I mean, that's it. Like, you've got reports that your coach is looking at Tennessee. I don't know. This is going to be a tough game to pick.
Arch isn't officially out, though, yet, correct?
Not officially. You know how this goes.
Okay, because I don't know, but I think Matthew Caldwell, the kid that came in from Troy, like that was kind of like their big oil money insurance policy of throw $1 million just to have a backup quarterback because we're Texas and FU, we can. So I don't know, like you bring that kid in who has a lot of college starting experience. Like I think at home, I don't know. I actually do like the Horns to cover in this one.
Improving, but status still uncertain.
If Arch plays, Texas loses. If he sits out, give me Texas. That simple.
I love that.
All right. Number 18, Oklahoma travels to Knoxville to take on the number 14 Volunteers. Tennessee opens as a 2.5-point favorite in this one. Oklahoma just lost to who?
It was Ole Miss, I think.
Yes.
It was Ole Miss. You're right.
Yeah, Trinidad went off.
Yeah. He looked awesome.
Give me Tennessee and my boy Chris Brazzell. Kind of want to see him in a Browns uniform. Not gonna lie, he's kind of goated.
I mean, I was a Mateer guy early before he got hurt. Like, I was fresh on that wave. He's just been paltry since he came back, basically.
That Ty Simpson and Dante Moore picks.
I don't know,
They're
man.
aging like the finest.
Ty Simpson is not so much Dante Moore, but
chill.
Dante Moore's chilled back out. Yeah. I don't know.
It's better than Jeremiah Love.
No, he's not. You know what? Oklahoma money line. Give me Venables to keep his job.
All right, and then the last ranked game on this slate. I might shed a damn tear, fellas. Cincinnati, number 17, travel to Salt Lake City to take on number 24 Utah. Now,
I think I've got
Utah is a 10.5.
No fighting Dampier.
Utah is a 10.5-point favorite.
I've got some bad.
Everything in the world, everybody's going to be putting on their Utah gear and expecting the Utah Utes to go ahead and take down my Bearcats, and that damn well might happen. I would just like to say I'm proud to be here at 17 to see what my program has done since Luke Fickell tried to ruin them. It's been so damn wonderful. Brendan Sorsby for Heisman. Give me the Bearcats.
Ryan, if they win this.
Yeah. I mean, if they win this in Utah, we're talking they could sneak up to top 14-ish, top 12-ish, maybe. I mean, here's the thing.
Then you're right on the doorstep.
They win out, which is still a lot because you have to beat Utah, you have to beat Texas Tech, you have to beat BYU and win the Big 12 championship. They're making the playoff.
Yeah, I was actually reading an article about Cincinnati. I think it was yesterday morning, and they made it sound like Cincy's going to have to win out or at least lose in the conference title game to go to the college football playoff. Like they were kind of hammering on that. Nebraska lost a little bit, which I didn't think was quite fair because it was week one.
So
weird things happen week one.
So
but I don't know. Dampier's good. Utah, like. Even the BYU game, like I thought they looked solid. Like I don't know. I'm sorry, Ryan. Utah's doing it. Yeah, but it's time.
What is that?
It's time.
It's like blurry, but I can still like I could make the meme out.
It's time.
It's over, buddy.
All right, TikTok.
just keep
Fine.
that attitude. That's fine.
We'll check it. You can get on me
Scott
Monday,
Satterfield
but
gets fired. Brian Kelly comes back home.
You guys are having unlucky matchups with who's going on the
Trust
road.
me, I don't mind if Scott Satterfield gets fired, but Brian Kelly, no, thank you.
Dan Pierre goes crazy.
Yeah, no, he's got
Environment
Sorry.
would be bad. I
No,
fear.
you're good. All right, Jack.
Is that a night game?
Yeah.
Yeah, GG.
I feel like every Big 12
Are they
uses
gonna
that
wear?
game.
Well,
you
it's,
just-
out,
you-
it's out
They're like,
west.
oh, the Pac-12 slot's gone. Yeah, I'll just
Does
take
Utah
it.
have black unis?
Yes, they do.
Ooh.
It's like a neon red kind of too. It's a little like chrome on it. It's
Blackout and
cool.
You guys might lose by 3 scores.
What does that fucking matter if they're wearing black?
Yeah, that does change
The
stuff.
blackout is just.
Okay,
They're going
because
to
you're
be playing Mo
literally
Bamba
fucking
on the
because you're
speakers.
Batman right now.
Yeah.
Where's Sugar?
Jack, I do really want to touch on this Tyler Skaggs thing.
Ooh.
Do you think we have enough time?
Yeah, I mean, is anyone going anywhere?
Who is Tyler Skaggs?
Yeah, I think we got a second. Do you
Okay.
want to do it?
Yeah, I do because this story.
Put
if
me
you want to
on.
explain to people, kind of.
Yeah, so Tyler Skaggs was a starting pitcher for the Los Angeles Angels in like the late 2010s. He was drafted, I think, like 10 spots behind Mike Trout. Like they were kind of like a big duo. They had another 1 or 2 play. They had a bunch of high draft picks. I think it was in 2009. They ended up trading Skaggs out to Arizona, made his way back in the future to the Los Angeles Angels, where he pitched for 4 or 5 seasons. Was always like a solid-ish pitcher. Like I would, there's not really a pitcher on the Guardians staff who is similar to him, but like the best comparison I would give you is like he's a Logan Allen type pitcher, like a very okay. He was pretty average, I would say, and. Sadly, one night, I think it was in 2019 over the summer, right before July 4th, Eric Kay, who was the Angels communications director, who, according to the trial, has like allegedly supplied pills and marijuana pens and stuff of the like often to Angels players, gave him an Oxycontin pill that was laced with fentanyl, and Skaggs tragically passed away in his hotel room 2 nights before a start. So there's been a trial of a wrongful death lawsuit against the Angels that has been going on for a couple of years now. So they've just gotten to the money portion in the last like month or so, essentially, Ryan. So Skaggs' family is asking for somewhere between $70 and $120 million from the Angels organization. And the Angels are reportedly, this is not official yet, or like we don't have any way of knowing this, but reportedly trying to buy it down to somewhere between $0 million, which is obviously like whatever, less than $1 million, and $30 million. So which is a very stark $45 million contrast as well. So now we're at the point where they just started basically, which is so sad because Tyler Skaggs was like a husband, a human being, a lot more than an athlete at first. Like they are debating in court like the guy's skill as a pitcher basically right now, right? So the Angels come out and they're like, I don't know if we can dole out this kind of money. Like this guy always started to fall off in the second half of the year, which they hadn't hit the second half of the year, obviously, as they were at July 4th.
Dang, they're in
He had
court
never
saying
been
that?
what?
Yeah.
Holy scumbags,
he's like they had
bro.
never been doing. He had never been to an
What?
All-Star game before.
Can I just
Yeah.
interject real quick because you have such a depth knowledge on this and you kind of explained to me this morning. So just for everybody who's watching and kind of Rob, like who isn't that kept up to the story, it's basically Tyler Skaggs, who was a pitcher for the Angels, an Angels employee who works with the team, the communication directors, gave Tyler Skaggs a pill that was supposed to be oxycodone. It was laced with fentanyl. Tyler Skaggs died. Now the family is fighting for the money that they believe Tyler Skaggs would have
Would've
made
got, yeah.
from the
Yeah.
Angels because of his contract. So basically, the guy's dead. And you're in court arguing about
They're
how
saying,
good
nah, he was
about
mid
how
for
good he
real.
was
Nah,
and the
that's-
money he
Oh, it
really
gets
would
way
have
wilder.
deserved.
It gets
Nasty
way wilder too.
work,
So yeah,
nasty
so
work.
the Angels started out by saying like, yeah, he always fell off in the second half. We viewed him as a back of the rotation arm. Like if they went through their logs of media interview requests, right? And like of the starting pitchers, like he was towards the bottom. So they're like, yeah, this guy wasn't really an ace. We didn't have a great staff. Like we don't think we can give out that kind of money, right? The Angels, or sorry, not the Angels, Skaggs' attorney then comes out and is like, okay, well, he was on pace to pitch the most innings for your team last year. He had the lowest ERA of any starting pitcher, and like he was, I think they factored in his FIP of the previous 3 years, which is like a fielding or like it's a independent of fielding pitching stats. So like it kind of like removes other stuff like
Yes, the FIP.
yeah, the FIP. So he's one of
whip.
so like, hey, yeah, no, this guy's actually one of our best pitchers. Like he is one of your best pitchers. He would have been due to make this much money eventually. And then the Angels retort back basically as like, no, well, an ace isn't stats. An ace is like name recognition, opening day starts, like all-star appearances. So I don't know. It's really tough, guys, because to be honest, and again, I don't understand the way MLB contracts work like the people who are arbiters do or people who are in the court of law. I likely don't think that Tyler Skaggs would have made somewhere between $70 and $120 million throughout the rest of his Major League Baseball career. I also think he probably would have made something more than like $20 million, like somewhere in that area. But regardless, like the fact that the Angels, who hand out bad contract after bad contract, they've paid Anthony Rendon $270 million to sit his ass on the bench for the last 5 years and play in 15% of their games. A guy who was basically killed by a member of their staff. You can't dole out some money for him. Like I don't. They might be the worst run organization of like who does that? Who goes out and does this?
The prospect and the overarching like theme of all this is just absolutely insane to think about. Like a guy died. He took a pill that was laced with fentanyl given from an employee. Okay, and we're sitting in court now talking about a dead man. Well, no, he wasn't that good. He wouldn't have made that kind of money in the MLB.
They had to have his fan graphs printed out in court.
Right, like you're talking about some dude whose life was just cut short.
A tragedy. Yeah,
and we're talking about he wasn't debating was he elite?
Yeah, just pay it out. It's such a bad
and
look.
they got it,
saying.
but they just you know what runs the world, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
They're trying to go throw that money at the next free agent, instead of.
But if you're a free agent and you're keeping tabs on what's going on around the sport, do you want to play for this organization?
No. What do his former teammates have to say about this? Has anyone spoken on this?
They're not really allowed to because the stuff is still playing out in court, obviously. But like, Eric Hay has had his comeuppance, but there was a lot of players, it seemed, who had either similar addictions to Skaggs or were offered or took similar deals or drugs. So they haven't really talked about it. There was a weird one where this was like in the heat of like shitty Guardians baseball in the middle of summer. Like I think it was the Royals just spawned 40-year-old Wade Miley out of nowhere. And Wade Miley threw 6 scoreless innings against us. 2 days later, it came out that he was one of the players who gave pills to Skaggs, right? And he had to he was out of baseball. So it's still, everything's up in the air. So it's kind of hard to tell, Rob.
Crazy. That's just absolutely bizarre. We'll certainly keep tabs on that. All right, guys, before we head out here, it is Halloween. It's my last time telling everybody about Bloodview Haunted House in Broadview Heights. Again, it is Halloween, so you ready to get into the spirit? Then you need to grab your friends and head over to Bloodview Haunted House in Broadview Heights. It's not just a haunted house. It's an interactive experience where the nightmares come to life, and the best part, every ticket helps support local charities. Halloween is here, so they're not going to be open much longer. Again, Halloween weekend, I believe today and then tomorrow. You guys have your last opportunities to head over to Bloodview Haunted House for a good scare and a good cause. Bloodview is the place. You can get all the details at bloodview.org. Shout out bloodview.org for coming on the show, guys. We had a tremendous time going out there. Again, I say I've been to multiple haunted houses this year. This one was by far the scariest and the most rewarding. All right, guys. In honor of Halloween, let's do our big factor best Halloween candy draft. We'll do our FanDuel parlay of the day and then head out of here. Does anybody want to go first? The 1-1 should be a lock. This is like Burrow.
No, I want to go fourth, actually.
Okay, then I'll go first to start it off.
I'll take second to last.
Whip it around.
Okay,
no.
Number 1, I'm going Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. I have to. There's literally no debate for me there.
Damn.
See, I'm gonna try and put like hashtag peanut allergy in the comments just to get that kind of algo going for us. Get those people in.
I'm to peanuts myself, so give me Starbursted too.
Starburst,
Oh.
Wow.
I mean,
That's
a
a reach.
Kwame Brown.
Starbursted too.
I'll go with at 3. I'll take the Hershey's, like just the original Hershey's milk chocolate
Those are
bars
gas.
that are in.
That's
yeah.
a good one. That's
Yeah.
a good one, Nick. I'm gonna follow you
Jack,
up. And,
you have back to back.
yeah, I'm gonna go with Twix. There's 2 of them, so that's just a hot rip. There's more available in there. Nick, I'm gonna go back into the Hershey's world. I think people will get these like little candy assortments of Hershey's every single Halloween. Are you guys familiar with Mr. Goodbar?
I'm
I've
familiar.
heard of it, but like I don't think I could tell you like if I ate it blindly.
It's like the
that,
yellow
like,
wrapper.
that's-
It's like a crunch bar
I'm
kind of.
familiar.
I'll go with Mr. Goodbar as my wraparound.
Okay.
It's not a who if you're a ball knower.
Back to Nicholas.
Wait,
Oh, back to me.
So
I'll
what
go
was
with
your first one, Jack?
What did I just pick? Twix.
Twix.
Twix and Mr. Goodbar.
What did I just pick?
I'll go with M&M's.
What kind?
Okay.
Or just classic?
Classic.
Okay.
Because I feel like you don't get like in like Halloween candy, like people aren't.
Yeah, that's true. No one's going to. Yeah.
Let me get Milky Way.
Okay.
Milky Way
My
bar.
picks are all
So
flying.
I get back to back.
Bang.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go. This one is an easy pick for me. I'm actually surprised it's still on the board.
It's
Although
on your screen right there, the good bar.
Oh yeah, it is. Look at that.
Trash.
Milk chocolate with peanuts.
Garbage.
I feel like this one's underrated, but it's just so simple, and I love breaking them off. Give me Kit Kat for my second one.
Fuck, that's a good one.
pick.
And then my last one, since I already have two.
We're
two-
doing 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Since I already have like chocolatey ones, I want to go a little off the rails. Give me Sour Patch Kids for my third one.
Oh,
Yeah, that's elite.
I'm allergic.
Really?
Mhm.
That sucks.
Ah, man. Whew, I don't know. Third pick. We're gonna diversify it again because I mess with the fruity candies. Give me Skittles.
That's a good one.
Give me Skittles.
All right, so I feel like we're all kind of going towards fruity candy. I'll go with Swedish Fish. Swedish Fish are kind of like
That's a really
that's
good
my
take out of
go-to
you.
gas station.
Me too.
snack,
I know a lot
too.
of people that love those.
Crap. You want to know it was going the next slot if it didn't go right there. That was on Mel's best available. Fuck.
Cap.
I am going
bro
to.
was not thinking of Swedish Fish,
Yeah.
bro. Was
Yes,
not-
I was. I
Bro,
love Swedish
bro was
fish.
not- he said, "Oh," when he made the fish.
Wow, that took
Now
it
he's
right
got
out of my
nothing
mouth.
to say,
It's like
though.
people.
No,
are
I
gonna
got
take
nothing
Dylan
now. Yeah,
Gabriel
you-
as the Browns pick.
Blood wanted Dylan Gabriel in the
Yeah, I
top
got Dylan
100.
Gabriel in the draft.
He's
One more.
cooked. Come on, think
Snickers.
on your feet, bro.
Yeah, that's valid. I don't know.
Yeah,
how that was
okay,
still
yeah.
on the
So
board.
I recovered there.
That felt like
You
Shador.
take
I
3
don't like
chocolate
Snickers
bars,
all
though.
that
Yeah.
It's a one-dimensional team, man.
That's very true.
That's fine.
That's very.
I got
true.
a little of
You
everything.
seen Ohio
man.
State? They're doing okay.
All right, Nick. Let's tell everybody about FanDuel.
What do you mean?
They don't run
Debut
the
our
ball.
FanDuel parlay day and get the hell out of here.
You just called Ohio State one-dimensional.
Their offense is one-dimensional.
Oh, okay.
Schleich just said it on the show.
Next.
Anyhow,
next.
it's NBA tip-off week. FanDuel's your home for live betting. So even if you missed the start of the game or you want to ride the hot hand like the Ohio State offense, FanDuel has live bets on everything from who will score next to fourth quarter comebacks. Plus, you could even combine your live bets into a same-game parlay for a shot at a bigger payout. However you want to play this weekend, now is the perfect time to join us at FanDuel because FanDuel is giving new customers $300 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. So visit FanDuel.com/bigplay to sign up today. Play your game with FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. Must be 21 plus, present in select states. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit is required. Bonuses are issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions do apply. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit fanduel.com/RG.
All right, Jack. You know what to do. Our FanDuel parlay of the day heading us into the weekend.
Where is she?
Take it away.
Let's do it. Okay, we're starting. We got some NBA Cup action tonight, I believe. We are back all the way. The best time of the year, the in-season tournament. We're going Cavs money line, parlay with a little SGP, Evan Mobley to score 20 points, and then we are going for the team up north to win their first World Series since the early 90s. Toronto Blue Jays are getting it done at home tonight. Canada is going to go absolutely nuts. They'll never see the Maple Leafs win. So enjoy the Jays tonight. And then last but not least, Jamal Murray was out there on IG Live. We're going with him again in Portland on the road. 2+ made threes. Once again, Cavs money line, Evan Mobley 20 points. Jays money line to win the World Series. Jamal Murray 2+ made threes. Let's do it.
Alrighty, you heard it here first, everybody. Appreciate you tuning into the Big Factory on the Big Play Sports Network. One more question before we go: who wins this week, the Browns or the Bucs?
Whoa, a little breaking news. Jaguars placing Travis Hunter on the injured reserve due to a knee injury, so he's out for the next 4 games.
Extend Andrew Barry.
Come
All
on,
right,
give me
everybody.
that.
Laser eyes.
Let that draft pick be good, please.
Appreciate everybody tuning into the Big Factory here. I thought Miles got traded for a second.
We would
Appreciate
have just
everybody.
had. We would
Yeah.
have big play golf.
Yeah.
Jimmy Hadlin. Sorry, we're going
See ya.
another hour.
Appreciate everybody tuning into the Big Factor. We'll be back Monday, same people, same time. Could you imagine if Myles Garrett is no longer a Brown by that time? We'll break that down. If so, appreciate everybody tuning in. Have a wonderful weekend. Peace out.